Well, during that nearly 48-hour manhunt, a massive law enforcement presence assembled in Green Isle, where Belter owns a home. Neighbors in that quiet community of just 600 say they couldn't believe this was all unfolding on their doorstep.
I didn't think he'd be dumb enough to come back out here.
But obviously he did. And today Joe McCoy spoke with a witness who spotted Belter and helped police in his arrest. Joe joins us now live from Sibley County. Joe?
Well, Julie, down the driveway here is where this manhunt that involved nearly 200 law enforcement officers, including 20 SWAT teams, came to an end. It was in this meadow just before 8 p.m. last night when a woman named Wendy Thomas spotted Belter and immediately alerted police. Thomas tells me, quite frankly, she could not believe what she was seeing. The 43-hour manhunt for Vance Belter ended in one fateful moment.
Well, it had to have been about 8 o'clock when I saw him.
Wendy Thomas came to her neighbor Kevin Effort's home to get an address book about 1.7 miles away from Belter's home. As she was pulling out of the driveway, she saw who everyone had been looking for.
He was walking in this grass, and once I realized that there was no other people here and there was no other vehicles, I started freaking out.
Thomas said Belter then crouched down and she raced down the driveway to alert police.
Never would I have thought he was here. I'm still processing it. I'm shocked that it was him. I'm shocked that it all panned out the way that it did.
A lot of my friends here were really nervous about what was going on.
Kevin Efforts owns this property where Belter was found. From the sky, you can see the path Belter took as law enforcement says he crawled to them before being arrested.
And you can see where he crawled through, and they brought him out right here. And actually there's water down in there, so he was crawling through the water.
Efforts and Thomas
He was walking down.
both knew Belter and his family.
He was always pretty friendly.
Efforts says he had done handyman jobs for them.
He worked a lot. He told me that he worked for a couple companies, had a lot of different jobs. I just couldn't believe that he would do something like this.
This path in the meadow will hopefully be the start of the path to justice, as the small town of Green Isle may forever be changed by these 43 hours and one moment.
I would say most people out here don't even have to ever worry about locking their doors because everybody watches out for everybody. And now that'll change, I'm sure.
Wendy says throughout the day yesterday, it was her opinion that there was no chance that Vance Belter was still here in Green Isle. So you can imagine the shock and the fear she felt when she spotted Belter in the meadow. She says when she initially saw him, she thought maybe the man was part of the tactical teams that were going around searching the properties. But when she realized he was alone, she knew that most likely it had to be Belter. Julie.
I can't even imagine. You know, we were saying throughout the day yesterday that the FBI was offering a $50,000 reward for whoever spotted him and helped them take him into custody. Did she have any thoughts on that? Any contact by the FBI?
Yeah, so I asked Wendy that question specifically during our interview. She says the FBI has not contacted her yet about that $50,000 reward, but she says she would accept it if it was offered to her.
Oh, well
Julie.
deserved. Absolutely well deserved. All right. So fascinating and horrifying all at the same time. Thank you so much, Joe.